Riverdale's Black Hood killer takes a break to scare the town with another mysterious entity, the Sugarman, and Betty's on case. In the opening line of the latest episode of Riverdale, Jughead states via narration that everyone in town wears a mask. Behind the image they sell on the outside, each person withholds their inner truth from the public. For Black Hood, that couldn't be more literal. But does everyone in Riverdale actually hide behind a mask? And if they do, is it second nature or survival? Following a series-spaced episode of high-octane horror, Riverdale scoots into an hour of plot building. Death Proof is an on-screen chess game, and our beloved mask-wearing Riverdale denizens are all pulling for that coveted checkmate. As Jughead lands himself in the middle of two gangs, he must weather an impending storm. Meanwhile, Cheryl contends with the aftermath of Nick Street, Claire's actions, and Betty and Veronica bury the hatchet to bury another town scoundrel's dirty deeds. Can the crack team that solved last year's mystery uncover the Sugarman's identity? Let's dig into the 5 most shocking moments and developments from the latest jaw-dropping, blood-splattered episode of Riverdale. Warning, it's about to get real spoilery in here. Point 1. Black Hood spared Nick Street. Claire. When Betty hands over Nick Street, Claire's name, to Black Hood in a moment of desperation, she expects the roofing rich kid to be as good as gone. But her conscience kicks in and takes her to his hotel, where she finds him alive. Unfortunately or fortunately, he's not a priority for Black Hood. However, Nick's name remains on the top of Cheryl's hit list until her mother scoffs at her daughter's accusations of attempted rape. Cheryl accepts that there's nothing she can do to make him pay. Veronica, on the other hand, has tricks up her sleeve. Point 2. Jughead's caught between two gangs. Mayor McCoy declares war on the South Side and raids Southside High to put an end to the spread of jingle jangle, which puts a damper on Jughead's social circle. Just when he thinks he's making headway as a serpent, he's catching heat from Mr. Phillips and being forced to work with the Ghoulies, a rival gang. Archie and Jughead visit FP, who lends some sage serpent advice: strike a deal with the Ghoulies over a street race. Sure, because all turf war scuffles can be solved by illegally racing cars through Riverdale. In this challenge, does anyone really win? 3. Cheryl finds her strength. There's been a rumor floating around. A rumor that I take ownership of, that Cheryl Blossom is the best character on Riverdale. Well, guess what? The rumors are true, even though she's initially skittish of pressing charges against Nick Street. Claire. Due to his money and power, she realizes she can't allow herself to be stifled. Especially not by her mother, who accepts a buyout from the street. Claire's to keep quiet. Cheryl pushes back at mother's icy exterior and interior. Let's be perfectly honest and finally gets truth. No one can silence Cheryl Blossom. Point 4. The street race that solved nothing. During the street race, commenced by an iconic flag waving by Queen Cheryl, the Ghoulies play dirty with a few side swipes. Despite Archie's insistence to avoid certain death, Jughead won't curb his determination to beat the rival gang and avoid further upheaval in the South Side. But Archie enacts a plan of his own that begins with pulling the emergency brake and calling in Sheriff Keller to haul off the Ghoulies. As Jug points out, slapping the Ghoulies with the law temporarily bandages the issue. Hey, at least Archie's plan was better than the Red Circle. Point 5. Betty unmasks the Sugarman. In the midst of all of these pieces adding to the overall puzzle, Riverdale drops the biggest piece of them all: the Sugarman. Black Hood dangles the new potential big bad over Betty's head as her latest mission. She insists she's done playing Black Hood's game after solving this mystery, the language of an addict hooked on the rush of victory. Still fielding hatred from Veronica, Betty eventually smooths things over with her partner in crime and talks her into helping track down the Sugarman. The chase takes Betty to the Blossom compound, as the Sugarman was a tale Penelope told Cheryl as a child, though it was an autorial horror in Clifford's drug trade. It also takes them into the Ghoulies' den, where they run into Archie and Jughead. But learning the Sugarman's identity is as easy as Cheryl holding onto the street. Claire's hush money as blackmail. So, who's the latest Riverdale drug lord? Jughead's teacher and advisor, Mr. Phillips. Just as the lodgers learn the street Claire's were in a car accident, Black Hood pays the Sugarman a deadly visit. Hello, Karma. Odds and more evidence that Cheryl owns Riverdale. She calls Nick Street. Claire an unrepentant spore. Let's all stand and applaud our fearless, flawless queen. I beg your misogynistic pardon. Coming in at a close second, Veronica takes no prisoners, and this is the kind of feminist messaging we need in teen dramas. Betty turns the tables on Black Hood and regains control over the game of cat and mouse. But how much control does she really have over the killer? Also, how long will this Bughead reunion last? Fred pops pills and Archie takes note. Not to be dramatic, but now what? We need to address a theory making the rounds on the internet. Hal Cooper, Betty's father, is Black Hood. I don't subscribe to this theory, though Death Proof makes a case for it since Black Hood displays a vested interest in Clifford Blossom's drug trade. Still, why would he put his daughter through this, and why would the series retread psycho-parent territory? Let's make it very clear that Hiram might care about Veronica's confession of UAL harassment, but there's no chance that he's innocent in all of this. Right. What did you think of the latest episode? Let us know in the comments. Riverdale airs Wednesdays at 87 C on the CW.